Three, two, one. And we are live. Peter Stone is with us, everybody. Hi, good morning, Peter.
Good morning, Victor. To the most famous man in Barcelona since Messi left town. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing great. You know, I had a very powering 7 a.m. meeting with a lady who I guess I am mentoring in I guess brand awareness, visibility, sustainable revenue generation. She flies here all the way from Lithuania. So I met her yesterday in the morning, met her today in the morning, and she's just one of these people you have a conversation with, and you know you just feel energized after having spoken to her. Even though the
Yeah.
funny part is I'm supposed to be her mentor, and when I'm around her, she just energizes me. You know, it's one of these really cool people. You're one of those people, always laughing, always getting things done. Anyway, Peter, it's lovely to have you with us this morning.
No, thanks, Victor. It's a pleasure to be on the Metropolitan. I genuinely I'm following you every day, and I try and tune into many of the other lives as well to support. So you're doing a great job in Barcelona.
Well, thank you so much. So I see these beautiful palm trees behind you. Where are you dialing in from, Peter?
Well, I'm actually based down here in the conXhub office here, just south of Valencia, in a beautiful place called Denia. Behind me, I've got it slightly blanked out at the minute because of the morning sunshine. But normally there you just see the lovely marina, and that's where all the ferries head out to the islands of Mallorca, Formentera. It's a horrible place to live, Victor. We're all so unhappy living here, you know.
You know, I would have originally thought that it was one of those really cool, well done fake backgrounds, but I see people walking and cars going by. So I don't think it's one of those. This is your actual window right there in Denia overlooking the port, is it?
It's a very real scene, yeah. Yeah, there's nobody walking along with sticks with cars on it, or underneath waving trees. It's real.
Excellent. Well, Peter, I detect a very interesting accent. Where is the derivation of your accent, my friend?
Well, it's a real mix. Somehow in the body there, it's a mix of English and Irish blood. Although I was born in England, all my family roots were from three of my four grandparents are all from the west coast of Ireland, and I've been very lucky enough to live in the UK. Worked in London for a few years, and you know yourself, living in a big city like Barcelona, there's a real buzz, and I love that. But I also love the west of Ireland. And so I spent a lot of years in the west of Ireland, and I'm heading back this weekend actually to visit my daughter and family. So really looking forward to that. And I've been living out here in Spain since 2016 now.
Okay, so good 8 years, 9 years coming up then.
Yeah.
Peter, you mentioned conXhub. What is conXhub, and what is your role within this cool company?
conXhub, we are a very unique and special company. We Our founder, Mark Trowbridge, as somebody you know very well, Mark developed some really amazing tech for where we can actually give multi-numbering onto a singular cellular device. So in other words, we can put up to 1,000 numbers onto a single mobile phone, or we can put one number onto 1,000 mobiles, whichever you like.
Wow. And so why would somebody do that?
Well, I mean, good things, good examples of why you'd want to do it. If you think of your own community, the expat community, you have a lot of expats from the UK and from the US. And we would have a lot of clients from these countries who still need a number for their country of origin. And it could be, for an example, for instance, for verification for banking services. So we can actually give the person a US number or a UK number so they can have it there for verification services in their own home country.
Okay, so that's at a personal level. Can you give me an example of how businesses can avail themselves of this type of service and technology?
Yeah, well, if we take it from somebody who's working as a single user, working autonomo, or even a CEO of a company, what we can do is we can actually add a second number to that device, whether it be, depending on the country, sometimes we can only add fixed line, sometimes we can add a fixed line or a mobile number to that device, sorry. So, for instance, if you take Mark Trowbridge, our founder and CBO, Mark, none of us who work for conXhub actually know Mark's real mobile number. That number is concealed to only for his wife, his children, and immediate family. We all call Mark. We still call him on this mobile device, but we're calling him using another number. And so he's able to actually protect his identity, if you like, his private number, and then he can actually say, okay, I only want to receive my business calls from 8 in the morning until 6 in the evening, and after that I don't want to hear from my business numbers. So that's one of the nice little features that we can offer to a CEO or somebody working autonomous.
Okay.
So basically your communications are always with you. You're not having anything tied to the desk.
I see. So you can have a better work-life balance by trying to focus times. But even if it wasn't so much about the work-life balance, maybe you have a crew that is dedicated in the morning, another one in the evening, another one in the graveyard shift, and that's when they receive their calls, and that would allow them also to work from wherever they are, not necessarily tied to an office. Would that be correct?
Yeah, that would be correct. Yeah, so you can, as you said there, you can have one number that's been going to actually to multiples of people. So, as you say there, if you've got somebody working a night shift, you know, if you take, I don't know, let's take maybe you know, maybe let's take, you know, it's maybe a call center that might be working 24 hours a day, or a hospital or security company, and each of that number, they can then transfer that number around those 8-hour shifts around the clock, and it's all done without any pressing of buttons. It's all done in the magic of the conXhub application behind the scenes. So you don't have to be going there, oh, I need to press my button at 8 o'clock to switch my phone on. It's all done seamlessly in the background.
Okay, and then you also have some business services like voicemail or text to mail and email to text, these types of things.
Yeah, yeah. We have all of those services. I mean, one of the things that we do, which is really nice, is our CEO, Nick Muir. He would always say that globally the mobile network is like this, and then SMS services are like this, and they don't always talk to each other. So what we do to actually overcome that, we have a service in place called SMS to email. So you will actually get an email of that SMS message, which is really cool feature.
Oh, excellent. So you may have answered this already, or you started to touch on it, but you know, I'm very well connected with the international community here in Barcelona. How can my, I guess, connections, my community, if you will, take advantage of conXhub here in Barcelona?
Yeah, you can take advantage of it by you know, you can get in touch with us, as you said there a little bit earlier there, about the international community, about having a number for their own country, or even they might want a business number here in Spain as well, like we gave that example of how Mark works. So we could actually give someone, for example, we could give someone a Barcelona number, and we could also give them a UK number or give them a US number, and simply through the app they can actually switch to whichever number that they want, and when they're receiving the incoming call, the app will automatically then route the call through back to the person's mobile.
Excellent. So a mobile app that you can just decide on the fly which number you want to be using to either make or to receive calls on. That's fantastic. So for avoidance of doubt, I know the answer, but just want to be crystal clear to our community. Can people have a second number here in Spain?
Yes, they can. Yeah, there's a few IDs that we would need, which is what you would need with any of the operators that you would use if you walk into Orange or Vodafone. You know, you have to produce certain forms of identity, and that's just what the telecom regulator wants here in Spain. The thing to mention about Spain is that we are unable to give mobile numbers. We can give landline numbers, fixed line numbers for anywhere around the country.
Okay. So how much does such a thing cost? What does conXhub cost people?
Yeah, well, I think, Victor, I think I sent through some information to you there. I think you've got some screenshots there. But typically, what you'd be looking at for some of the plans, you're looking at anything starting from from around about 15 euros up to 20 euros, depending on the type of plan that you wish to go for. And that would include a number. Now, if you wanted to add a additional number, you're looking at a cost around about €3.50, €3.75.
I see. And how?
Which
kind of, please
sorry,
go ahead.
Victor.
Continue.
Sorry, Victor, I didn't hear your question there. Sorry.
No, I was saying I interrupted you. Please continue.
Yeah, no, sorry. No, it's so for every additional number that somebody would like you're just looking at a cost around about €3.50 to €3.75.
I see. Okay. Well, I guess the next question that I would have for you is, what makes conXhub unique? I mean, I've heard of other virtual SIM card plans, and I was wondering if you could highlight for us what makes conXhub better than some of the other alternatives.
Yeah, what makes conXhub so unique is that everything that we do is through the voice cellular network. If you think of things like other types of services, they are all using VoIP, and on a or using a soft phone or a desk phone. Everything that we do is through the cellular network, and it's very much an underutilized facility as well. I mean, there's plenty of available space on the cellular network, and it's also very, very, very secure, far more secure than VoIP.
Okay, so it's more secure. To your average user who doesn't know about technology, why is this better? I mean, I know a lot of people who don't know.
One of the things that makes it better is VoIP is absolutely fantastic, but the reason why, one of the reasons why conXhub has been so successful, it's been built on customer satisfaction, customers being satisfied with the high call completion rates. I mean, globally, we have the stats to show that we're having 97% of all the calls that we're making are completed. So we don't have these issues where you may be coming to an important part of a business call and all of a sudden the call drops. We don't have that issue because we're working with the cellular network, and we have, as I say, we have 97%, and we've just grown. I mean, one of our biggest clients would be a call center that started out as 5 users, and they've grown to more than 200 users, and that's been purely based on user satisfaction.
So, for example, the case that you just gave us here, can you give us a use case scenario of how a business like the one you just discussed, a call center, avails itself of our technology?
Yeah, well, what I'll do is I'll give a more, I'd like to give an SME example, because I think that's more relatable to the community. About 3 months ago, we had a client in South Africa who was looking to start doing business in the UK. So we have 3 road warriors in South Africa, located in three different locations. And what we did for them, we gave them a central London fixed line number to start calling their clients. So they were able to then pick up the phone, go into the app, and actually start calling those clients using that London number. So when the potential client is receiving the call, they're seeing a London number, which gives them that feeling of being local and present in the UK. Now, when that client wants to give them a call back, this is where part of the magic happens, because now what we're doing is when they call back, the phone now, we're directing those calls, that one number will ring across those 3 mobiles. Now, what you could do, for instance, this is where not so people are familiar with, with a typical switchboard. When you phone people up, you maybe say, press 1 to speak to Victor, press 2 to speak to Peter, press 3 to speak to accounts, for example. So all of that facility is set up so it makes it very personable and professional for both the potential client and also for the company. And if the call isn't answered, it goes to voicemail.
Okay, excellent. And so, where do you have customers? Are they only in the United Kingdom or the United States and Spain?
We have customers. Oh, I think at this stage now, I think we have customers on every single continent in the globe except for down in Australia and New Zealand.
But so that means that we have customers here in, say, Germany and the Netherlands and France.
Yeah, we have clients in all different countries, and we're as we're now developing, we're opening more and more countries up almost on a weekly basis now, especially in Africa and Central and South America.
So you have, I want to make sure I understand this. We have people who can use their phones on a private basis or small SMEs, and then you also are serving large companies, large data centers that may
Yeah,
have.
we are supplying. I mean, I suppose this is it's a positive and a negative. We within conXhub, we have a solution for every single person that uses a mobile phone. And as you know, there's a lot of people using mobile phones. So we have a solution for everybody, anything from a small, say an electrician or a plumber, all the way through to international businesses, call centers, and BPOs.
Okay. One of the things I wanted to ask you is when you are contracting with conXhub, do you have, how long is a contract last? How long am I tied to conXhub?
Yeah, okay, very good question, Victor. And we're very different to other companies. In the fact is that we're so confident in the product that we don't have a contract, we don't have a minimum contract length. So if somebody's using the product for 1 month and 1 day and they decide, well, okay, we don't need the service anymore, you just simply contact us and we'll actually cease that service more or less within, if not same day, definitely within 24 hours.
I see. So no contract length. So when I sign up, do I commit to at least 1 month?
Yeah, no, you can come in and try the service. Yeah, normally people, the beauty of it is, Victor, is when people sign up, they tend to stay. So I mean, the example I gave you there of South Africa, they originally just signed up just for a 1 month trial, and nearly 5 months later, they're still here using the service, and they're very
Okay.
happy with the service.
So in terms of attrition, how often do people? What is the churn rate like for conXhub? You say it's a very good, it's very sticky, but what does that mean?
Well, it means to say we've got we've got huge levels of customer satisfaction and loyalty and recommendations. I mean, churn rate. I think I very rarely ever see or hear of customers cancelling or anything at all. It's a very rare occurrence, I have to say. And it could
Okay,
be
so
normal
way
that
into
it's
the
just a
90s
changing
then.
situation within the business as opposed to them not being happy with the service.
So way over 90% of the people then stay with
Oh, I would
conXhub
say
once
so
they
easily,
try the
Victor. Yeah,
service.
yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure I understood that because I didn't know what kind of
Mm.
percentage we were talking about there. And so, one of the things I was hoping that you could also share with me has to do with um, events. Here in Barcelona, my network of people and organizations are often event-driven type organizations. How can conXhub help with them?
Yeah, that's a really good. It's a really good application that we've stumbled across in recent times, talking to a couple of organisations. What we're able to do is, if you have what we term as a pop-up event, where you maybe have an event that's running over 2 or 3 days, or a week, or 2 or 3 weeks, what we can do is we can actually set up temporary numbers for people to use. So if, for instance, there's a group that is involved in setting up an exhibition, we can set up a ring group with a number, so that if somebody needs to speak to anybody in that team, they just dial that number and that number will ring across the whole team, rather than, okay, I'm trying to get through to these guys and you're phoning 3 or 4 different people to try and speak to one person. We can set up a single number that rings, that goes into that ring group, and it rings all those people. It could be people that are accepting deliveries. It could be people that are involved in controlling attendees coming to a show, and we can set that up. And all we need to do is just have the people's phone numbers, details of the groups, and then we can set that up very quickly. And then at the end of the event, we can just switch it all off.
Okay. So how does conXhub sell SIM chips then?
No, no, we don't. We're not involved in that. We are just purely working from with a software that just sits inside the phone. The clients need no more than the standard SIM that they have in their phone.
Okay. And so you just need basically a phone, and it's a mobile-based app that you turn on, and then you can use it just as your regular phone, but you can use it for your own purposes. You can choose which
Yeah,
line,
yeah.
which number you're using. Fantastic. What else can we expect from conXhub in the near future?
Well, I think what you're going to see with conXhub is the vision for the company is that we want to be present in every single country around the globe. We're not looking for us to be there as conXhub, you know, on Times Square like a big Coca-Cola sign. We're just looking to be there, sitting there, working with our local partners here in Spain and in other countries, and the operators and the virtual operators. And we just want to be there, working within all of those organisations, just working with a small part of their businesses and allowing them to bring conXhub to their respective markets.
Excellent. So as I'm thinking here of different use cases for conXhub, for example, I have family in Mexico. I have family in California and in Washington and in Florida. I have family in the United Kingdom, and I have really good friends in South Africa and Nigeria. So I could have a very affordable line for which all of these different people can call, and it's a local call for them, yet it rings in my phone in Barcelona. And so I can stay in touch with family, or if I want to grow a business in a certain market, I no longer have to have a phone number or say a sales team in those markets. I can do it right here from Barcelona, but have a local number in order to be taken more serious. Is that a fair assessment?
Yeah, generally, there are some small exceptions, but we can always where people get in touch with me personally, or just send us through an email. I can ask one of the team to investigate it. There are some countries where they do require that there is some local presence, but generally speaking, countries like for the UK, for the US, there is no issues, but there are some restrictions in certain countries. So the best thing is to ask us the question, and we'll come back and we can give you the honest answer, whether it's a yes or a no, or what needs to be in place for us to enable you to get a number for that country.
Okay, so I want to make sure I understood. I have a phone number here, but if I would like to speak to be able to connect with teams in different cities around the world, I don't have to be there. I can just have a number right here in Spain,
Absolutely, yeah.
but it could be a
Yeah,
Mexican
absolutely.
number, it could be a South African number, or it
Yeah,
could be a Nigerian number.
yeah. I mean, for example, if I take my own situation, I'm calling, I have something like around 15 to 20 numbers on my phone. So if I'm calling my clients in the UK, I use the UK number. If I'm calling the States, I call using the US number. I also have numbers for here in Spain, for Germany, for Portugal, for Brazil, for South Africa, you know, many different countries around the globe.
Excellent. Okay, well, it's always fantastic to hear. You know, I think I asked you, but I wasn't quite sure. What is your role within conXhub now, Peter?
Yeah, as you said, that we did cover that earlier there. I'm head of I'm heading up sales and partnerships for conXhub. So for anybody that comes on board as one of our resellers or one of our business partners, it's my job to not just to have actually just get them on board. My job is to help and support those people to you know, make them the best they can be, and help them get the best business results they can for their organization, and just generally be able to, you know, answer any technical questions and to ensure that everything runs smoothly.
Okay. Wait, sorry. As I feel like we're about to hang up, and then I have more questions. Okay. So I'm trying to figure out all these different places. So would co-working places be a good client?
Yes, co-working space is definitely. We have. I'm working with a organisation in Valencia, and that's something that they're really keen on as well. It's a project that's still in the in the early days yet, but yeah, but definitely co-working space is a really good place for conXhub.
Would it be because the co-working organization can offer value to the companies that are staying with them and give them a better rate to be able to connect than they might get otherwise?
Yeah, sorry, Victor, I didn't catch what you said there. Sorry.
So the co-working manager, I suppose, has a number of companies that are that have their office in their co-work, and conXhub can provide them with better pricing or better services that they're aware of.
Yeah, I think what it is as well is what it is more so, Victor, is the fact is that the co-workers, if they're coming to a co-working spaces, they haven't got to worry about you know, they're going to have all of their business communications on their mobile. So if they've got their fixed line number, that fixed line number is following with them the whole way. So whenever they go to their co-working space, they haven't got to worry about logging in or connecting up through any particular networks. They've got their business communications. They can just put it by the side of them, plug their laptop in, and they can start working. And they just have you know, a full suite of office services.
Okay, got it. And the other question that I have, Peter, I know we're going a little bit off topic here, but what is going on with the big switch off in the United Kingdom? What's that all about?
Yeah, well, what we have going on, it's something that's happened in the UK and also in Ireland. They're turning off what they term as the old analog, the PSTN, the public switching telephone network. That's all being turned off, and people are being encouraged now to sort of thinking that they've got to get sort of a VoIP phone into their house, and that's what a lot of people think the solution is. But in conXhub, what we're able to do is we can actually take that fixed line number and we can actually put it onto the person's mobile.
Okay, so they don't have to change their number, and
No,
they don't
we can
have to
actually
buy
do
any
it,
new equipment.
and we can, and it's still offering there's lovely comfort in there as well for if you know if it's for an elderly parent, and they still, you know, because some people would have had their fixed line numbers for 30 and 40 years where they've never moved homes, and so that number becomes sort of very important and to them. So by having that mobile, by keeping that fixed line number and having it on their mobile, it means that they can very easily contact other members of family if they need to, because we could actually set up a solution potentially where if they needed that number for emergency purposes, we could actually set that number if they just dialed out from it, that it would ring. So if they were ringing their you know, a son or a daughter and their own family home number, they haven't got to think about mobile numbers. They can just dial the family house number that they know, and it will ring across all members of the family on their mobile. So there's all sorts of things we can do, but it's a really, we think it's the best solution that you can possibly have for the PSTN switch off.
Okay, well, I think that has been a very thorough conversation about what you got going on here in conXhub and these beautiful palm trees swaying in the background behind you. Where can people find out more about conXhub and how it can benefit them? Oh, I'm going off, and another question just comes in. Peter, very important, particularly for my American U.S. citizen community. In order to stay in touch with our federal government, be it for Social Security, for taxes, for any other kind of service that you deal with the federal government, you have to have a U.S.-based phone line in order for them to speak to you. They will not call internationally. Is this something that would make sense for people to have as a second number so that you can get your information with the federal government?
Absolutely. I mean, as we said, Victor, earlier, this is one of the great things with the conXhub. We can actually give them that US virtual number, and it can be on their mobile. And when any of those services from the US phone them, it will actually, those services will be dialing that US number, and it will ring on their phones in Barcelona or wherever they are in Spain.
Okay, so similarly, banks in the United States will not provide you, they will close your account if you don't give them a US-based phone number. So even if you've been with them for 20, 30 years, and you move to, you know, the beautiful coast with Alicante or Denia or Barcelona or the colder waters of Ireland and the United Kingdom, if you then tell them that, you know, it's okay, just call me here in the UK or Spain, they won't. They might actually
Mm.
even have to cancel your account with them. And so by providing them with this number, you can connect both with the federal government as well as keep your banks in the United States. So there's another use case that I'm giving to conXhub in order to identify a really an important pain point for U.S. citizens once they leave the United States. I think this is also a really good solution. Or am I incorrect about this?
No, it is, Victor. It's an absolute perfect solution because, as we say there, they've got their US number. It's sitting on their phone, and anytime those services call them, they're calling that US number. I mean, for instance, I have a New York number. So anybody in the States that's calling me, they call me on that New York number, and it rings on my mobile.
So the bank doesn't have to know where you're residing if that is sensitive information.
Well, I mean, they have hundreds of thousands of clients, in some cases millions of clients, and so when they see that US number and they just dial in that number, and it lands on your mobile, that's the important thing. And yeah, it's a really excellent service for expats, especially people from the States and the UK living here in Spain.
Okay, I find this fascinating. I would really love to get more people to understand the value that the conXhub is offering them. How can we get more information or get in touch with conXhub?
Well, everybody can find me on LinkedIn. I think we're going to put my LinkedIn address details up in one of the comments. You can also email me. I've got a really simple email address. It's peter.s@conxhub.com. So that's conxhub.com.
All right, I'm putting it now into a banner. So peter.s@conxhub.com. All right, make sure I get this right. It's going to flash on the screen now.
It's looking good.
Oh, no, I spelled it
Ben.
wrong.
I'm up in lights.
I think I spelled conXhub wrong. conXhub
Yeah, you might have
has
done,
an
I
X
think. Yeah.
in it. Okay. peter.s@conxhub.com.
Yep.
Excellent. Well, if there's anything else, Peter, please let me know if you'd like to share something. But otherwise, I guess we'll see you here in Barcelona or down in Denia.
Yeah, exactly that, Victor. Hopefully, I mean, it's been MWC was the last time I was up in Barcelona, so I think myself and Mark will be well due a visit sometime in the next couple of months for sure.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Peter. And
no, thank you, Victor.
We're always looking to add value to the international community and to help the expat experience. And so we're providing essential information for making the transition in for both people just to live and enjoy Barcelona, or even better, to work and grow your company. So follow Metropolitan, follow conXhub. We're always adding value to expats. Other than that, I'll see you soon, Peter.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Victor. Thanks to everybody that's listened, and look forward to speaking to you soon.